Hi, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this question paper in Word. So I've covered quite a lot of different designs. So we're going to open a new document, and the first thing we're going to do is to go to Insert, along to the table icon, click on the drop down. I'm just going to select a table that's 5 by 6. Now, as you can see, I've got my cursor up here in the top left. If I just hit the return key, you can now see my cursor is outside the table, which allows me just to push that table down slightly. Let's just hit the return key again. And that will just allow me now to center my cursor by going up to this center icon here. And then just add a title. And I can just simply select that, go up to the Home tab, select bold, underline, and then just increase the font size to 16. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to format my table. Now, at the moment, the height of my cells is too narrow, so I just want to increase the height. So I'm going to select my table. I'm going to go to Layout, and in the height section here, I'm going to select the number. I'm just going to type 1 centimetre and press enter. As you can see now, those cell heights have increased. I'm also going to change the position of the text in our cells. Everything will be in the top left. If I select the table, you can select it by clicking on this square at the top here, or just simply clicking and dragging the entire table. Make sure you're on Layout, and over here you have a selection of icons. As you can see, it denotes where you can have your text when you type. So for this demonstration, I'm going to select the Align to Center Left icon here. This will mean that now my text will be in the center of my cell. Now, the other thing for the question paper is obviously we don't see all of these lines. So we're going to get rid of those lines and set a guide. So again, I'm going to select my table. I'm going to go to Table Design, and along to this section here. This is the section which allows you to customize your borders. If you go to this icon here, click on the drop down and go down and select No Borders. Now, as you can see, those border lines have disappeared, but we do actually need to see them. So if you click on the drop down again, go all the way down and select View Grid Lines. Then what you'll see is just dotted lines. That's just a guide, so if you were to print this out, these lines would not appear. So now all we're going to do is to customize each individual cell. We're going to merge cells, and we're going to increase the number of rows that we have. And if I go down to the bottom of the table here, to this bottom right cell, and hit my Tab key, then Word will place another row below. Again, go down to the bottom right, Tab key, bottom right cell, Tab key, and you can see how I can add those rows. So let's go to the first question. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this line over to the left to create all the numbers for my questions. And I'm just going to click and drag over that line. Then in this cell here, I'm just going to type 1 for the first question. And I'm going to write my question along here. What I need to do is actually merge all of these cells into one cell. So I'm going to select them all, go to Layout, and go to Merge Cells. And then all I need to do is just simply type out my question. So for the purpose of this demonstration, it's going to be a sort of maths question paper. So what I'm going to do in here is just describe the types of questions for the layout. So this is going to be a multiple choice question. So what we're going to need is an A, B, and C option. So it's going to take up 3 of these rows. So I want to select this line here. But in order to do that, I need to select each cell either side of that line to move it across, so that Word knows I just want to move this line here, but only for these 3 rows. So if I now move this line, you can see it only moves that section there. Then I can simply go up and just type A, B, and C. And then you can go ahead and type all the different options in here. And then in this row here, you can merge all of these if you want to. Go to table layout and merge. And then I'm going to change where my text will lie because I want to put the amount of marks for this question. Let's just go back to the original. I want to put this 3 marks at the end of that row. So I need to change where my text will lie. So I've selected it, go to table layout, and then I'm going to go to this icon here, which is aligned to right center. Then I'm going to type in 3 marks, which will show how many marks for that particular question. Then we're going to go ahead and go to our second question. But before we do that, let me just highlight the table, go to table design, go to borders, and let's just switch off the grid lines. And there you can check how your question paper is looking. Again, select it all, go to borders and view grid lines. Okay, let's go down to the next question. Question 2, let's now merge this cell. Again, layout, merge cells. Let's just type our question in. And then for this question, all we need to do is create a blank space because this is going to be if somebody needs to just write sentences by answering this question. Let's just select all of these cells, go to layout and merge cells. Now before I go ahead and put in the marks here, like we've done here, I'm just going to hit the tab key a couple of times just to increase the amount of rows that we've got. We can fill the page if you want to, but sometimes I just do it as I go along. And then over to this section here. And you can see I need to move that text again, so up to layout and across to align to center right. Down to the next question, question 3. Let's merge these cells, merge cells, enter in our question. And again, we're going to use up 3 rows for this question, and this is going to have a diagram. So I'm going to select this section here and merge all of these cells because we want some lines over here for the response or the answer. So select those cells, layout, merge cells. Then I'm going to insert my diagram, insert, shape. I'm just going to select cube, click and drag out my cube. Just then use my arrow keys to place that wherever I want. Then over here, I'm just going to merge these 2 cells. Now I've got a shortcut for my merge, which is Command R. If you want to create a shortcut, go to Tools, Customize Keyboard. So if you go to Table, click up here and just type merge. And then you can see Table Merge Cells. So if you select that one, you can see current keys. Now you may have something different in here, but all you need to do is, if I just remove that, then all you need to do is go to this section here. It says press new keyboard shortcut. So select this option here, press your keyboard shortcut, mine's Command R, then just click Assign, and then select OK. And what that means is when you select, say, these 2 cells, all you have to do is just select Command R and it will merge those cells for you. And then you don't have to keep going up to the top of the ribbon. Now I want to put some lines in here. Now, if you want to move this line here to give you a little bit more space for these lines, just select these 3 cells, then hover over that line and just, no, right, go back, Command or Control Z to go back, and then just select that line and move that over there. There we go. Now, what we can do now is go to Table Design, go along to Borders, click on the drop down, and you can either select bottom border here because my cursor is in this cell here. So we want the bottom line here, which is the bottom border. So you can select that, or you can go to the border painter here, select it. The cursor is now a paintbrush. Then hover over the line that you want to expose, click on it, and it will draw that line in. If I do it here, you can see it's going to be broken up by these 3 here, and then if I click on this one, you can see it's going to cut across here. So we're going to go back, Command or Control Z, and just click back on the border painter to get rid of your paintbrush. So in order to rectify that problem, we're going to merge all of these cells here, press Command R, and then we can go back up to the border painter, click on the line, and you can see now the line perfectly runs from this side to this line here. Again, go down to here, we're going to put in the marks, select this cell, go to Layout, over to Align to Center Right, and then we'll put in our marks. And then we'll select the next question, question 4. Exactly the same, merge all of these cells, enter in our question. And then we're going to have a diagram with some lines below. Let's just make some more rows. Tab key. And this is going to run across 2 pages, but I'll show you how to separate it in a minute. So again, we're going to select 3 rows and merge them, Command R. We'll select our shapes. Insert, shapes. Now to line all of these up, I'm just going to select them all by holding down the Command key while I select them. Go to Shape Format, along to Align, click on the drop down, and firstly I'm going to distribute them equally horizontally. So if you click on this, it means that they're equally spaced. Go back up to Align and then Align to Top, which means they're all lined up to the top. But actually I think this one would look better if we went to Align to Middle. That means they'll be all lined up with these center squares. Once you've done that, I'm going to go to Group here and select Group. And now I can move them around as a group. I'm going to place them inside my cell. I'm going to use my arrow keys to just place them exactly where I want them. Perfect. Now for the lines below, I'm just going to merge all of these rows with my new shortcut. It's very quick. There we go. Now I'm going to leave this line here because it's too close to the shapes to write anything. And then I'm simply going to go to Table Design, Border Painter, and I'm just going to click on all of these lines. Now you can see it won't click on this bottom one, and that's because it's still connected to this table below here. So go back up to Border Painter and click away. Select this row here, which is on the next page. Go to Layout and go along to Split Table. Select that, and now this table here is a completely different table. You can tell if you get this square at the top left. Go back up to this cell here, back to Table Design, Border Painter, and just click. There we go. Now we can just check this table by selecting it. Go down to Borders, click on the drop down and select View Grid Lines. And you can see how your question paper is looking. And then we'll just go back up to Borders. Unfortunately, if you use the Command Z key, it doesn't go back and reintroduce those grid lines. So you do have to go and do that manually. Okay, so let's go down to the second page and show you a few more designs. I'm just going to add some more rows. Okay, to question 5. And we'll merge again these cells. So this is going to be a question with text. So if you go back to the original design, it's going to look like this. You're going to have some text here and then a response here. Well, we know what we have forgotten to do. We've forgotten to put the mark in here. So you can see we're not going to fit this in. So what we need to do is we need to extend our margins. So if I was to select the cell here, hit the Tab key, you can see that cell's gone to the bottom here. So what we need to do is decrease our margin sizes. So if we click on this page here, go over to our rulers. If you can't see the rulers, go to View and then check Ruler. Then hover your cursor between the white and grey section, click and just drag down those rulers. And as you do that, you can see that that last cell that we've just entered jumps up to that page. and then we'll put our mark in and then we'll customize it. So let's put this as 6 marks. Then we'll go to layout, over to align to right, and we just need to get rid of this border line at the bottom. So table design, border painter, and let's just get rid of that line at the bottom. Okay, if it doesn't get rid of it, let's go to borders, click on the drop down and uncheck bottom border. And you see that border will then disappear. And then we've got our marks there. Right, so back to question 5. This is where we're going to enter our text. So I'm going to leave a gap here of this row and then enter the text here. Let's select 3 rows and merge them, Command R. Now, I haven't merged it here because I actually want that text to line up with the question itself. Then I'm going to enter my text. And then I'm going to customize this. So I'm going to select it all, go to the Home tab. I've obviously made this italics here. And then I'm going to center everything by using center text. And then I'm going to merge this row here, and then this row here. And then all we need to do is to go to the table design again. Let's just enter the border lines for the lines below to answer the question. And then once again, we'll need to merge this one because otherwise we're going to have these little sections. You can have the little sections if you want to, then enter the marks here if you want to. It's completely up to you. Or you can merge this row here. So let's merge this row. And then we're going to place our marks and go to layout, align to right, and we'll put this one as 4 marks. Oh. Down to the next question, question 6. And again, merge these cells, enter your question. And this is going to be one with multiple choice. So we're going to have 4 numbers to choose from and then answer the question. So what we're going to do is select these 4 here, but we want an equal distribution because we're going to enter 4 different options. So select this row, go to layout and go to distribute column. If you select that and click on it, you can see now they're all equally lined up. Then we just need to go up to layout and go to center here, align to center, and then we can just pop in our numbers. And then we'll just merge these so that we can have that line at the bottom. So Command R, merge this row, Command R. We'll have a line here to answer. So table design, border painter, click. Back up to uncheck that. Line everything up to the left, go to layout, align to right, sorry. Go to 3 marks for this one. Oh. Can't seem to type today. And then question 7. Then we'll just merge the cell again, add the question. So this is where you're going to need boxes. Let's go back to the original. So you can see we're going to do this design here where you need these boxes. So we're going to use this row here. Then we're going to reduce the size of this row. Just click on this line and pull it up. So you can see we've made a narrower row there. We're going to use this row here. Create a narrower row there. Now you can usually do this by eye. You can see, there we go. And then we're going to select this row, the gap, this row, the gap, and this row. So that's A, B, and C. Then we're just going to move this line over so that we can do the A, B, and C. A, B, and C. Then we're going to need a section for the question and then the box. So if we want to put the box here, let's just move this line over here. So select all the cells to the left and right of this line and then pull that line over. So I think we'll need about to there. And then again, this line here, try and create a box here, that's it. And then just type the question in. And then I'm going to move these boxes over because they're a little bit too far away. So the answer wants to move out here. and this one over to like here. And then we just need that box. So if we select this box here that we've created, go to table design, go to borders, click on the drop down and select outside border. You can see there's all 4 borders around this selection here. Just select that one. And you can see it's gone slightly wrong here. Don't panic, I'll come back and sort that out. Click on this one. And because that's already selected, just click. You don't have to click on the drop down. Click on this one and again, click on the drop down. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to select this whole row. I'm going to go to borders and I'm going to select no borders. And then I'm going to try that again. Select it, click on the drop down and select outside borders. Okay, doesn't want to work. So I'm going to select these 3 cells and you can see there's a bottom border here I don't want. So go back up to borders and uncheck bottom border. No, it really doesn't like it. Okay, let's select it all again. Go to borders, click on the drop down and select no borders. Okay, so sometimes Word can be a bit funny. So what I'm going to try is to select the cell below and go to top border to put in this border here, because this is the one we're having trouble with. So put your cursor in the cell below, go to borders and select top border. Right, so now you can see we've just got that line there. And then go to borders again, select top border, select the left border, and then select the right border. There you go, we've had to go around it a very long-winded way, but we've got there in the end. That shouldn't generally happen, but sometimes it does. It's just a little gremlin in the program, I think. Okay, so then let's go and put our marks over here. Let's put 5 marks. Then move that over, go to layout and over to align to right. And then our final question, question 8. Merge this section here. And we're going to go and create this design here where you need to put, it's probably a more of an English question, but it's where you need a line within the question. So let's just select that and paste it in. And you can see we need 1 more row at the bottom. So I'm going to select this lower right cell, press the tab key. And then I need A, B, C for these cells here. So let's move this over for A, B, and C. There we go, A, B, and C. Again, I'm going to merge these rows, Command R, and the bottom one as well. I'm going to enter in my text and I'll show you how to do the lines. So let's just put some space bars where you want the line. Let's just put the marks in, 6 marks. Let's go up to layout, align to right, there we go. And to put the lines in here, I'm just going to increase the size of my page because these lines can get a bit fiddly. So if we go to Insert, Shapes, and go to this line icon here or here, and then just drag out a line. Now you can see the line is blue and quite narrow. So all I'm going to do is select it, Shape Format, go along to this Format pane icon at the end, click on it, and then go down to Line. Make sure you're on this bucket icon here. Go down to Line, Solid Line, go to Colour, I'm going to choose black, and then go to Width here, and I'm going to choose 1.1 and then Enter. And you can see I've got a much thicker line here. So in order to move this, you can use your arrow keys. But you can see that that jumps around a little bit too much. So what you can do is use your Control and your Command key at the same time, and then use your arrow keys. And what you'll find is it then moves in tiny increments, which is a lot more helpful. Then to copy and paste, you can use Command or Control C, Command or Control V. So use Command or Control C, but then click away from the line so it's not selected. Command or Control V, and then you can move the line. Again, you can, if you hover over these dots, you can increase or decrease the size of that line. Again, the Control and Command key on your keyboard, and you can just move that around. And then just select here and press Command or Control V, and then again move that line. Just decrease the size of it. And I use my arrow keys and then Command and Control. Perfect. Okay, so this is our question paper. Let's put them side by side. So let's go to View and Multiple Pages. So now we've got our question paper. We can have a look at how that looks. Just select it, go to Table Design, Borders, View Grid Lines, and you can see that's how it's looking. Now you can see on the example, we've got this footer here. So what I'm going to do is just going to select it. I'm just going to copy it and show you how to put it in. Now to enter your footers, you can either just double click at the bottom, put your cursor at the bottom of your page and double click. And you can see now we're into footers. If you can't do that, go to Insert, Header or Footer, click on the drop down and just select blank. Now you can either type there, just delete that at the top there, just go to Footer. And then I'm going to press Command or Control V just to paste, but obviously you can paste in whatever you need. Now, if you type, you can see your text is going to end up here, which is absolutely fine if that's what you want. But if I paste mine in, it's been adjusted, and as you can see, it's moved over to the left here. And the way I've done that is because I've used the rulers again. So if you go over to the side here and you click between the grey and white section, I can move this footer up and down to wherever I want. And again at the top here, I can just move this left and right for where I want my text to be. And then to come back out, just double click in the center of your document. And you can see now that that's repeated on both pages if you want a footer. You can do exactly the same with the headers if you want to. I've placed mine down here on the footers. At the same time, you can put page numbers in, you can put dates, any information you like. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please subscribe and have a great day.